Here's my question, because I went to college in Alabama too.
Oh, good.
My beach.
Well, I guess good.
Well, it was Auburn. I don't know if that's okay with you or not.
I got to tell you, that's really great. That's where my little girl goes to school.
You got to understand.
She's going there and to be a vet.
Oh, cool. Yeah. See, in Alabama, it's either Auburn or Alabama, and if you say you're the other one, then this would become a boxing match right here.
Well, for me, see, I don't get involved in that because I graduated at Jacksonville State.
and you got exactly. You're kind of medium territory there. Anyway, the beach choice in Alabama is usually one of the Alabama beaches or Panama City. How do you guys end up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina?
That's a great question. That's really a great question. Because remember that I'm from Lookout Mountain, Alabama, which is, it's about as far up in the state of Alabama.
Tennessee, basically.
Yeah, or Georgia.
Right on the line.
Yeah.
The tri-corner there of the 3 states.
And so the beach I'd heard most about was Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
It wasn't it's 7.5 hours or so down to the beaches in Alabama and Florida, and further if you go to Florida.
Okay.
But there was a band that had played there, and I wrote about this in the song Tar Top.
Okay.
A band called the Malibus. And they had actually come to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And they actually played in Fayetteville, North Carolina, around Fort Bragg a lot. And they didn't want to go back, I guess, to the Bowery. And so we were naive enough to go there.
Do you remember the first time you walked in the door at the Bowery and what you thought? What did you think?
Well, I was excited because it was a dream. It was part of a dream, not necessarily who was there or what was going on. It was a thought that this could be a place, you sit down and you play all summer, and you have a chance to write, and you have a chance to rehearse and play and learn more about your guitar. And, the big thing that sent us there was the fact that every night or every day you had a different audience.
Yeah.
And so it was so...
From all over the world.
Yeah. It was so incredibly different from playing a local hot spot, in Alabama or somewhere, because every night you had West Virginia, next night they'd be from Detroit, the next night, you'd have Columbia, South Carolina, and then Indiana, and just people from everywhere. So the exposure that you got, and having the thought in mind of making it big, because that's why I was there. I wasn't there just to play music and see girls. I was there with the thought.
But they were there.
Oh, sure, and that was such an important part
of your songwriting and inspiration for the song.
Exactly. I remember the one night that I had written. I had a chance to. There was like 40 or 50 girls from Washington D.C. and they were secretaries and everything, and they worked there. And I wanted to test a song that I had written. And I asked them if they would listen. If they would listen to a song.
I was going to say he was going to test a pickup line or something like that.
Well, that was like, what are you doing tonight?
So you're testing your song.
I wasn't a very good tester. It was more blunt, I guess. But I played the song "Feels So Right" because I was really concerned about the second verse. And the second verse, and I remember one of the girls, and they all agreed. They said. Don't change anything about that.
Yeah.
So I never thought about changing that song again. So it was a great proving ground for songs, and that's the thing that I find so fascinating about a place like the Bowery. And I really think that so many young entertainers are just totally losing out. They come in, they have a #1 record, they have no clue how to entertain anybody,
right?
And they have no clue about why they're there. They don't understand. What it would be like to write a song and play it for folks like this that are, sitting drinking beer and really they don't care whether you're singing or not.
Right.
They're there to have a good time, and then when you start making, headway with them and them listening to you, then you're on something pretty special. That
is true too. Have you guys ever been in a club or something and you're minding your own business, and then you hear a song in the background, and you stop, and you go, whoa, what's that?
Well, just the other night in Junction City, Colorado, I did a thing with St. Jude there, and you had me and a piano player, just acoustic, and it was so neat. The place is packed out with people, and so I I wanted to try the new songs from the new CD and just sing them to people who had never heard the songs before. And it reminded me just instantly of going back to the days of the Bowery and singing those songs that people are familiar with now. But and it was really neat to see the response to the songs.
Right.
And then I guess 2 nights before, I played in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I did the same thing. I just, had the band just, play along a little bit, but basically just acoustic, and see the reaction. And one of the really refreshing things was when I finished playing, or as I was finishing playing Urban's on the Country Radio, the people were singing along with me. So
cool.
that was really, that's kind of the way I really gauged the excitement for this project.
Good. I'm glad, because it's a really great album.
Well, thank you.
I'm very excited that you're here with us today.